Bula everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you are here for the first time, I welcome you. But if you've been watching my videos, thank you for choosing my videos to help you with your revision or just a touch up on things that you already know and would like to know better. So today I'm going to do something new. Usually I have notes on the screen and I discuss. Today we're going to write an essay together. So as the title states, it's going to be an expository essay from formal writing, and we are going to use today I was thinking to use this Fiji Year 12 certificate examination paper from 2022, and this will be our guide to go through the steps of choosing your question and what we're going to do from there. So without wasting any more of your time, let's go directly into our lesson for today. Alright, so like I said, we're going to use this paper to do our essay. So this is your front page. You have already been through it in your classes, and I'm sure you've seen this paper before. And now I've got these papers from my previous video. I had quickly shown each of you how to not log in, but to find past year papers through the ministry's Google Drive. So that is where all the papers are. So this is one of them that I have downloaded, which is the 2022 English paper. All right, so that is our front page. Now let's go quickly to our formal writing. All right, let me expand that a bit for us so you can see. Okay, so if you have this in front of you, maybe you've got the hard copy, you can always go towards page 2, and on page 2 we have section A, which is writing. Now there are two questions. We're going to look at question 1, which is formal writing. Now write on one of the topics from A to E given under the headings expository essay and report. Write about full stop. Write about 230 to 250 words. Take note of our word limit. In marking, the examiner will be looking especially for the use of appropriate register, originality of ideas, logical organization, correct paragraphing, relevant linkage, expression, and style. So I'm sure most of you, when you get your papers, you hardly look at this, but I want you to look at that. If you want quality pass, and for me, and universally quality passes above 70. All right, so you're looking to get in the 70s range, 80s, 90s. It's achievable. So try and look at what we, the examiner and the marker, are looking for. We're looking for appropriate register. So if you have chosen expository essay, there is a certain way of writing it. If you're looking at both expository and report writing, there's originality of ideas. Originality of ideas will come from your recommendations for report writing, and for your expository, obviously you are going to discuss facts and figures pertaining to the topic. Logical organization, meaning it has to make sense. It has to go in chronological order from 1 to whatever you're going to discuss, from A to and in order. Correct paragraphing. Basically this means your paragraph skills. So we are talking about the TEXI method, your topic, sentence, explanation, example, and your conclusion of the point of that paragraph, not overall conclusion. Relevant linkage. Okay, example can be in addition, to begin with, not only beginning of the paragraph but also within the paragraphs. Your expression and the style. So since this is formal writing, your style or your tone must always be formal. Okay, plan is worth 2 marks. I had someone write up a comment how 2 marks is sometimes for plan. Some of you don't know how to make a plan, so that's what we're going to do today. Okay, these are our questions. Now we have let me just scroll up. Okay, scroll down, sorry. Okay, A, promoting environmental sustainability. Vocational education has many advantages. Teaching moral values in school is important. And last one is effective ways to revive the tourism industry. I'm not going to look at E because E, from the previous video, I had discussed how to do a report writing. Now, I didn't do a paper. I just discussed on this question, but we didn't write the report. But I had done a different sample. Anyways, let's go up to our expository essay. So we're going to choose one of this. So remember, when you choose one, don't just quickly see a word, oh, moral values. Okay, I'll do this because I know moral values. Remember, you have to understand the question, right? So effective ways to revive the tourism industry. So which one will you choose? Okay, for this lesson, we're going to teach or choose C. Teaching moral values in school is important because I think that's relevant to our society right now. We are being degraded. Moral values has been disseminated every day to you in school, but unfortunately through translation or through miscommunication, some of you kids are not practicing moral values. So we're going to do this. Teaching moral values in school is important. So I'm just going to minimize this. So this is our question paper, and I have where we're going to write our essay. Thank you, students. So now I have typed in teaching moral values in school is important. This was option E. So in your papers, you will write down that you've chosen E as the option. So sometimes the question is written, the prompt box will be written on top. So you have chosen E. I've written there. Then you will have your topic. So this is E, and then I'm going to put on top your plan. Okay, plan is how many marks, students? Yes, 2 marks. So that's going to be written there. So this is your topic. Okay, your topic is teaching moral values in school is important. Now, this is the first thing that I tell my students to do. Once you've written down your option, please write down your option in the answer booklet, because students, I, the marker, will see that you have chosen that. It'll be easy for me to see. Now, you could be marked down because you haven't written this down. You haven't written down your option. So don't be marked down or don't lose marks over silly mistakes like that. So let's look at our plan. Okay, this is our topic. Step 1. Step 1. This is what is very important. So I'll write it down. Step 1. Underline your keywords. All right, so we're going to underline, or since I am I've underlined the whole topic, I am going to highlight our keywords. So let's start with teaching. So let's highlight that. Moral values. Moral values. Let's highlight that. School. Good. Let's highlight that. And important. Is important. Okay, so basically the whole sentence. So that's the first step. We've underlined your keywords, and from here you will look at either definition of the keywords or synonyms. All right, do you remember what are synonyms? Yes, synonyms are words with similar meaning. So let's look at teaching. So what can be the definition of teaching? All right, you can say our teachers at school, they do the teaching. All right, teachers in schools. All right, how do they do this? Maybe in our school, every week we have a moral value of the week. So sometimes students stand up and they discuss the moral value of the week. Example, for the week that I the week that we are discussing this, video, we talked about efficiency. So a student was chosen at random. Sorry for the spelling. A student was chosen at random, and they had to discuss on efficiency during form time. Right, so that's just an example. Okay, let's look at our next keyword. Our next keyword is moral values. So what is moral values, students? Can you think of examples, or can you think of a meaning of moral values? All right, so moral values, I would like to think so, and it's also a dictionary defined as a guideline that assists someone to differentiate between right or wrong. Sorry, got off screen, so I'll just right or wrong. Okay, so moral values like honesty, right? Example, honesty. All right, you can also have um, relationships with everyday or daily life. So basically you have to be honest, or kindness, another moral value that you need to differentiate. When you have these moral values in you, you are able to differentiate between right or wrong. Okay, now let's move on to our last. So school, obviously, you can name your school or someplace where students go to, and it is important. Okay, all right, so that's step one. So I'm just going to leave that there, and let's move on to step two. Let's move on to step two. So this is what I usually tell my kids. Seeing that this is a statement, some of you wouldn't be able to answer a statement because it's a statement. So what I find that is easy for students to do in order to answer, or to answer an essay, or to complete or write an essay, is turn the statement topic into a question. So turn the statement, goodness, thank you, into a question. Okay, turn the statement into a question. So our question here can be, why? Okay, can be, why is moral values important and should be taught in schools? Okay, so this is just an example. So when you have why, your answer to this question becomes your content. Isn't that so easy? So once again, your question now makes it easy for you to answer the question. And this question, let's try and answer the question. So start. Why? Why is moral values important, should be taught in schools? You can say it helps students to be more conscientious. Okay, moving on, it also helps society overall, because when you have disciplined students, when you have students who know, when you have not disciplined students, when you know students, they are able to make conscious decisions, knowing that their actions affect others, they are able to help the society overall, because students aren't meant to stay in school for the rest of their life. They're meant to grow up, to be adults, and become productive for society, productive members of society. Another one can help with student discipline. This is very important. Student discipline all works together with your education and then your life, because what you learn in school, since you're in school most of the time of the day, you are learning a lot of things here in school. So when you learn good things, you're able to take that out as you go along into your further life. Okay, another one can be, we can think of how moral values can help us. It can also teach students to be responsible. Okay, because you know the difference between right and wrong, you can become responsible. Students can have a students can have sorry students can have a positive outlook of life. Okay, you can have a positive outlook of life. And I think lastly can be you have empathy. Students have empathy. Now there are so many other benefits of moral values. So this is basically we are discussing the benefits. So this is the why. All right, so these are some benefits. Help students to be more conscientious, help society overall, helps students to be responsible, students can have a positive outlook of life, and students can have empathy. Now these are some to the question of why. Now you must be wondering, okay madam, how do I put that into my essay? Like all of this in one paragraph? No. Now this is where this becomes very interesting. These points, okay students, these points become your T. Do you know from the taxi? So you have T. What is T, students? Topic. Sorry. Topic sentence. All right. The T is this topic sentence. Then you have E, which stands for explanation. What comes after that, students? Yes, X. X is for the examples. Right, so that's for the examples. Right, sorry, let me just clean that up. Okay, explanation, then you have the examples. Then you have the examples. Oh my gosh, for some reason I just don't know how to spell. Apologies, I'm actually creating these videos late into the night because all my children are asleep, and I have a family, so this is the time I can do these videos. So anyway, taxi, yeah, so the first one is your topic sentence, your explanation, and examples. Is that it? No, your C. Now some of you always guys this part, you'll be like, set, I'm done. I've done the 3 main points of my sentence, that's enough. No, C is the conclusion of the T, or the topic sentence. Okay, each paragraph of your essay, T for topic sentence, E for explanation, X for examples, and C for conclusion of the T, or the topic sentence. So that's where this is all your T's. Okay, these are all your T's. So T, your first paragraph can be, to begin with, moral values should be taught in school because, first one, helps students to be more conscientious. Next one, to move on, moral values should be taught in schools because it helps society overall. Moving on, moral values should, moving on, to add on, furthermore, etc. You can use all those that your lovely teacher has been teaching you, all your connectives, to go into one paragraph to another. that helps the student be responsible. Students can have a positive outlook of life. So every paragraph can be your topic sentence. Then you have your explanation. Now, every paragraph should at least have 4 to 5 sentences. Now, whenever I mark my essays of my students, I always indicate, okay, set, you got your T, you got your E. Where's the X and C? You will lose marks if you do not have the full, what shall I say, the full gist or the full main ideas really executed. Okay, kids? So that is the only way you can get your full marks when it comes to content of your essay, which is 5, by the way. You can always go back to your teachers and ask them for the marking criteria. So they will tell you how to get the full marks is when you fully explain your topic sentence. This also comes on the register, because since this is formal writing expository, this is part of your register, how you are able to present your for expository essay. So students, this is how you do your plan. You just write this. Now, some of you go the whole 9 yards. You write down everything from the topic sentence and you explain in your plan. Now, kids, I cannot stress enough. This is 2 marks, very important 2 marks. Okay, you can continue to do my steps, but do not spend and waste a lot of time doing your plan, because it's 2 marks. You have a 3-hour paper that you have to do at least 4 to 5 big write-ups, and you cannot waste it on doing your plan. So plan maximum at least take 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Do not waste time writing every single thing that you can think of when it comes to your plan. Point, details. Details should be in your final. This is just point form. All right, so have you achieved that full 2 marks? No. Your marker will not give you your full 2 marks if you do not have this. Very important. I'm going to put an asterisk so you realize what I'm discussing. You have to have this in the plan. Just very briefly, you write that down. You write down what's going to be in your introduction, which is your general statement. General statement. Sorry, kids. Like I said, my spelling is way off. General statement plus, that's an equal. I'm not a maths teacher. General statement plus your thesis statement. Okay, so general statement plus thesis statement. And then the last thing, which is your conclusion. And I like to say it is just rephrasing of introduction. Okay, rephrase of introduction. So that is your plan. Okay, so I'll just give me a second. I will show you what's to be a plan. Okay, so I've cleaned up what needed to be taken out, because that's usually things that you're supposed to just think about it. You can have it on your question paper while you are doing your reading time or when you're on the section. But this is supposed to be written in your answer booklet. So after you've written your option, which is E from the question paper that we looked at, topic is teaching moral values in school is important. This is what you're going to have. Plan, introduction, general statement plus thesis statement. So we have, okay guys, so I have cleaned it up a bit. I've taken out what not supposed to be there in your papers, which is it can be written in your question paper. So these are some things that you're going to start with. First, in your answer booklet, please identify your E. Okay, we've written down the topic. This is what you're going to write. Introduction, which is the general statement plus thesis. We have highlighted our keywords. I have written them down here, and you were given examples. It also helped. And then from step 2 that I discussed earlier, we turn the statement into a question, which is wise moral values. So for this one, since I am limited, I'm not that advanced, so I have just Now, in your answer booklet, I have also told my students they can do this. They can have it as bubbles, so a bubble map. So they have their circle in between and whatever word they want to write, and then the arrows to show what are the benefits, advantages, etc. So you choose at least your best four that you are confident that you can discuss and you can follow the TEXI method. Okay, students, remember in year 12 and 13, your minimum of paragraphs within should be 4 to 5. This is your content, okay, which is your T, like I said earlier. But maximum, probably, not probably, is 7 to 8. Okay, remember we are looking at quality, not quantity. So do not just vomit everything that comes into your mind about the topic. Choose consciously, okay? Choose wisely, and know that what you're doing will give you a lot of marks. Don't just be writing, and next minute it's 3 hours and then you complain that you didn't have enough hours. So practice doing test exams. All these will help you. So once you have written down all of this, you clean it up, choose your best 3 or 4, and then you go down to your conclusion, which is the rephrase of intro. So we've discussed C, which was teaching moral values in school is important, so that is our option. Now, once again, students, the same like I've discussed earlier, you can use it and add it into any topic that you choose. Now, I'm not only talking about year 12, this can also refer to year 13 and year 11, how you do your expository essays and so forth. Now, these are some ways, like it states, you don't really have to break your brain, right? Your brain doesn't need to explode when you think about expository essay. These are simple ways to complete an expository essay, students. So don't overthink it. When you overthink it, it becomes even more difficult for you. Just keep it simple, keep it cute, and then I promise you, you can write an essay. Now, some students, I found that they leave certain sections of the exams, certain sections of their papers empty. Please don't do that. Don't waste a full year's work, and that your parents have bought you new stationaries, they have sent you to go and sit for your paper with a large breakfast, made you prepare very well for it, or you prepared for it, and then you have left some sections blank because you didn't want to attempt it because you were scared of it. Come on, guys, don't do that. So hope what I've taught you today that you are going to take it back to your revision, or if your exams are coming up, you can use that as a teaching tool. Try it out, don't limit yourself. Always go back to your teachers if they find it less effective. Now, this is entirely up to you. This is one way of doing expository essay. So once again, I hope, and I truly, sincerely, genuinely hope that my classes are helping you and that you are learning something from all of this. So thank you so much for using my channel, and I wish you all the best in your exam. Vinaka Bakaleo.